Hello and welcome to Elyse Leren Yoga. Today we'll be focusing on quite a bit of movement around the mat, opening up the hips, the chest, and the mind. We will start today in a Shavasana. So take up some space on your back. Option to separate your feet even wider than hip width distance if that feels good for you. Place one hand on your heart and the other hand on your belly. If you feel comfortable doing so, close down your eyes here to arrive a bit more fully in the present moment. As we move today, I want you to focus on a 4-part breath. So not just your inhale and your exhale, but the moments in between the two. A gentle pause at the top of your inhale, and a pause at the bottom of your exhale. It's really the moment of presence that we can find in each shape. So even as we move with the breath most often, can you still find that moment of pause to really experience the poses that we find today? We'll start with a 4-part, 4-count breath. I will walk you through it. Exhale all of your air out through your mouth. Inhale through your nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the top for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through your nose. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause it empty. 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Exhale through your nose. 4, 3, 2, 1, and pause. One more time. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Exhale through your nose. 4, 3, 2, 1, and pause. Beautiful. Continue to breathe in and out through your nose for Ujjayi Pranayama, setting the breath through the back of your throat. Bend both knees, place your feet on the ground. Cross your right thigh over your left thigh. Think more eagle wrap than figure 4. Lift your left foot off of the ground. Separate your feet mat width for whale's tail and reach your hands down to grab your opposite foot. Gently pull your feet out and up towards your shoulders to deepen the stretch in your outer right hip and IT band. Now figure out which one is your left foot in your right hand that's over on your right side. Start to bend your left knee more deeply. Send your heel to your glute. And now lower your left knee forward and down to the mat. If you're confused, just look at me. Release your left foot now. Take your right hand around your right shin and open your right knee out to the side. So you're in a half reverse child's pose on the right side. From here, circle through your ankle in one direction and then the other. And then pause. Allow for gravity to help open up your hip flexors and your quads on your left side, while also opening your inner and outer hip on your right leg. Take one more breath in here. Exhale, cross your right knee over to the left. You can cross your right ankle underneath your left knee for a deeper twist. You can stack your ankles and your hips. Or you can extend your left leg long and lower just your right knee to the side, whatever feels best for you. Tee out your arms here, palms face up, to root through both shoulder blades a bit more. On your next inhale, come back through center. Plant both feet hip width distance apart so that your knees are over your heels. Bring your arms down by your sides. Walk your shoulder blades closer together. On an inhale, lift your hips up towards the ceiling for Setu Bandha or bridge pose. Option to interlace your hands underneath your sacrum and reach your fists a bit farther forward. Now make the goal to find chest expansion here. So lift your chest towards your chin, but your chin away from your chest. The longer you're here, you'll start to feel a burning sensation through your glutes and your hamstrings. That's great. We want to activate the back of the body. Take one more breath in. Exhale, release your grip and lower your sit bones to the ground. We'll move on to side 2. Cross your left thigh over your right thigh for figure 4. Lift your right foot off of the mat. Separate your feet, mat width distance apart, and reach your hands down for opposite feet for whale's tail. The more you gently pull your feet out and up towards your shoulders, the deeper the stretch will be in your outer left hip and IT band. And if your feet are unavailable here, you can grab your ankles, your shins, or your yoga pants, whatever's available for you. Find your right leg, it's the bottom leg here. Start to bend your knee more deeply, and now send your right knee down and forward to the mat. Grab your left shin with your left hand, open your left knee out to the side. Circle through your ankle in one direction, and then the other direction. And then pause. Allow for gravity to melt your body into this pose. Right hand can come to your belly, your hip, or out to the side. Take one more breath in. Exhale, cross your left knee to the right and find any variation of a twist that you found on the first side. T or cactus your arms here, so both shoulder blades are on the ground. On your next inhale, come back through center. This time, square your sacrum to the ground, bend both knees, and place your knees at a 90-degree angle over your hips. Place your hands on top of your thighs. Press your hands into your thighs and your thighs into your hands for a stagnant hold. Feel your low back press into the ground and maybe even a shaking start to happen. That is your transverse abdominis muscle group. It's the lowest layer of core. We want it strong, so when we open up the chest and find light back bends today, the back body is supported by a strong core. Press harder in both directions because you can. Feet are active. We're here for another 10 seconds or so. Challenge yourself to stay with it, to build your heat, to acknowledge your strength. Find that pause at the top of your inhale and the bottom of your exhale. Focus on your breath. Take one more breath in. Exhale, release, full body stretch. Reach your arms overhead and your legs long. Take a few rounds of belly breath. Inhale into your belly. Exhale out of your mouth. Draw your knees now in towards your chest. Wrap your hands around your legs and start to rock and roll up and down the length of your spine. Take a few rocks to massage your back, and then start to gain some momentum. Plant your feet, lift your hips, lower your head, Uttanasana, forward fold at the top of your space. Separate your feet hip width distance apart. Release your head and neck. You can bring your hands to the nape of your neck. You can bring your hands to opposite elbow creases. You can keep your hands on the ground. But do start to find some movement here. Bring a little sway through your spine, your neck, your head. Come back through center. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your hands to your shins. Reach forward through the crown of your head. Exhale, forward fold. Release your head and neck. Root down through both feet. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up overhead. Mountain pose, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Samastitihi. Inhale, reach your arms out and up, mountain pose. I'll turn to face you guys. Exhale, lower your right hand to your outer right hip. Start to slide your right hand down your leg as you lift your left arm up and over. Take another breath in. Exhale here. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, lower your left hand to your outer left leg. Slide your hand down, reach your right arm up and over. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, cactus your arms, lift your heart. Inhale, arms to lift, grow tall. Exhale, hinge at your hips, lead with your heart, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Root through your right foot. Step your left foot back to a lunge. Lower your back knee to the ground. Option to interlace your hands on top of your right thigh or bring your arms overhead. Start to pulse forward and back to warm up your hips. Back toes can be tucked or untucked, whatever feels better for your body. Start to settle forward. Press your right foot down and forward to get a slight lift with engagement. Lift your heart up. Press your palms into one another. Feel your shoulders heat up. Take another breath in. Exhale, release your right hand to the belly of your left thigh for exalted warrior. Inhale, lift your heart straight up towards your left thumb. Exhale, lower your left hand to the ground. Cartwheel your right arm up for a grounded twist. Shine your left side rib cage up towards your right fingertips. We'll move through these two poses twice more with the breath. Inhale, exalted warrior. Reach your left arm up, your right arm back. Exhale, grounded twist. Left hand down, right arm up. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale here. Exhale, lower your right hand to the ground. Tuck under your back toes and lift your back knee. Inhale, plank position. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Lift your kneecaps up your legs. Take a breath in. Exhale, shift your shoulders forward and lower all the way to the ground. Untuck your toes, lengthen your legs back. Inhale, curl up, cobra pose. Come up to your highest height, root through your feet, and then lift your hands off the ground. Exhale, hands down, forehead down. Tuck under your toes. Inhale, press up either to tabletop or straight up to plank. Exhale, hips back, downward facing dog. First time in home base, take a moment to pedal your heels, to shift your hips, to release your head and neck. Start to settle in, tilt your tailbone up towards where the ceiling and wall meet. Inhale, lift your left leg straight into the air behind you, square your hips. Exhale, step forward to a lunge and lower your back knee down. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Start to pulse forward and back on the second side. Warm up your second. Start to settle forward. Press your front foot down and forward to get a slight lift. Lift your heart. Press your palms into one another. Inhale, lift your gaze. Exhale, lower your left hand to the belly of your right thigh. Inhale, exalted warrior. Lift your sternum towards your right thumb. Exhale, right hand down, left arm up. Grounded twist. Shine your right side rib cage up towards your left fingertips. Twice more with the breath. Inhale, left arm back, right arm up, exalted warrior. Exhale, right hand down, left arm up, grounded twist. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Lower your left hand on your next exhale. Lift your back knee. Cue change here. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, pop your right foot up to meet your left for a forward fold at the top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, release your head and neck. Inhale, mountain pose, arms sweep out and up overhead. Exhale, cactus your arms, lift your heart. Cue change here. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, sit down and back into a chair pose. Make sure your feet stay separate today, but that your knees are still moving back past your ankles. Option to lift your tailbone up, tuck your tailbone under, and find a place between the two that feels neutral for your low back. Lift your heart towards your thumbs, take another breath in. Exhale, forward fold. One more time, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Root through your left foot this time. Step your right foot back to a lunge. Keep your back knee lifted, tent your fingertips. Inhale, dip your hips forward, lift your heart, lift your chin. Exhale, straighten your front leg. Keep your back heel lifted, shift your left hip back. Twice more. Inhale, bend your front knee, dip your hips, lift your heart. Exhale, straighten your front leg, hinge at your hips and fold. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Step your left hand inside your left foot. Walk both hands to the right for a wide-legged forward fold, prasarda. Keep your hips over your heels by rocking weight into your toes. From here, option to walk your hands forward as if you're in down dog, or option to walk your hands back behind you between your feet to get deeper into your hamstrings. Whatever feels best for you in this moment. Release your head, release your neck. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift your chest. Exhale, skandasana at the back of your mat. Bend your right knee. Lift your left toes. If this feels too deep for you, you can keep all of your toes on the ground and keep your hips about knee height. Feel the length through your left hamstrings and your right hip. Plant your hands on the ground. Inhale, lift your hips back through center, wide-legged forward fold. Exhale, pivot to the top of your space, low lunge. Plant your hands. Inhale, step back, plank position. Exhale, shift your shoulders forward and lower all the way to your belly. Untuck your toes. Inhale, curl up, cobra pose. Come up as high as you can. And then lift your hands off of the ground. Take another breath in. Exhale, lower everything to the earth. Tuck under your toes. Inhale, press up either to tabletop or straight up to plank. Exhale, hips back, downward facing dog. One more leg to lift. Inhale, lift your right leg into the air. Square your hips, reach through your heel. Exhale, step forward to a lunge. Keep your back knee lifted, tent your fingertips on either side. Inhale, dip your hips, lift your heart, lift your chin. Exhale, straighten your front leg, shift your right hip back, and reach forward through the crown of your head. Twice more. Inhale, bend your front knee, dip your hips, lift your heart. Exhale, straighten your front leg, reach forward through the sternum. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Step your right hand inside your right foot and pivot to the left side of your space for a wide-legged forward fold. This time, walk both hands over to your left foot and grab your left foot with both hands. Start to bend your right knee and send your hips over to the right so you feel extra length through your right side body. Release your foot. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, bring both hands over to your right foot. Grab your foot. Start to bend your left knee. Send your left hip to the left. Release your grip. Inhale back through center, halfway lift. Exhale, Skandasana, bend your left knee. So again, you can just shift your hips to the side or lift your right toes. Try to get this left heel on the ground if that's available for you. Lift your chest forward. Lower your hands to the ground. Inhale back through center. Exhale, low lunge at the top of your space. Plant your hands. Inhale back to plank position. Exhale, shift forward and lower all the way down. Untuck your toes, lengthen your legs back. Bring your arms to a cactus on either side. Look at your right arm to start. Make sure that your elbow and your shoulder are in the same line, so we don't have any smaller angles here. Tent your left fingertips underneath your left shoulder. Lift your left leg, bend your left knee, open your left hip, and stamp your left foot behind your right leg. You can bump your hips more to the left if you need to. If the ground feels far underneath this left foot, you can stack your feet. If you want more, you can find a half bind with your left arm around your low back. But make sure that your right elbow is bent out to the side so you're really stretching and opening the inside of your right chest and shoulder. Release your left hand back underneath your left shoulder. On your next inhale, slowly come back through center to your belly. Now bring your left arm out to a cactus. Make sure that your elbow and your shoulder are in the same line. Tent your right fingertips underneath your shoulder. Lift your right leg, bend your right knee, open up your hip, and rock your weight onto your left shoulder here. Option to stamp your right foot behind your left leg or stack your legs. Option to bring your right hand around your low back for a half bind. If you are someone who sits often, this is a really good stretch to rework your posture. Take one more breath in. Exhale, slowly release your right hand and your belly to the ground. Bring both arms down by your sides for Shalabhasana. Press down through your hip bones. On your inhale, root through your feet but lift up through your upper half. Draw your pinkies closer together to elevate your heart. See if you can lift 1 inch higher. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower everything to the ground. Lower your right cheek down. Second set, come back through center with your head. This time we'll lift everything off the ground except for our hip bones. Inhale, press your hip bones down. Exhale, lift everything you've got up. Reach your hands towards your heels. For more space in your low back, separate your feet wider. Lift 1 inch higher, take a breath in. Exhale, lower everything down. Lower your left cheek to your mat. Bring your head back through center. Bring your arms overhead and flip over onto your back. Bring your knees in towards your belly. Separate your knees out towards your outer rib cage and find the pinky toe edges of your feet with your fingers for happy baby. You can always hold your shins if that feels like too much. Instead of lifting the tailbone here, root through your low back. You can even press down through the back of your head, slide your shoulders farther down so you get this little lift in your low back. From here, you can straighten one leg and then the other. You can rock side to side, or you can just stay still in happy baby pose, whatever feels best for you. Bring your legs back together. Wrap your arms around your shins. Lift your forehead up to meet your knees and give yourself a loving hug full of gratitude for your body, for your breath. Inhale. Exhale, final Shavasana. Take up space on your mat. Palms can be face up or face down, but here we end just as we started, but hopefully a bit transformed. Now a bit more connected to our breath. Now settling with a more open heart. And now settling with a calmer mind. Start to deepen your breath. Invite small movements into your fingers and your toes. Draw circles with your wrists and your ankles. Bring your arms overhead for a full body stretch. Reach up through your fingers and down through your toes. Draw your knees into your belly and rock off onto whichever side feels more grounding for you today. And with eyes closed, use your top arm to press yourself up to a seat. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Reach up through the crown of your head and draw your palms to touch in front of your heart. Anjali Mudra. We'll close our class together today with one final breath. Please inhale through your nose, fill up. Exhale through your mouth, let it go. Draw your thumbs up to your third eye space. I bow to you with so much love and gratitude. From my heart to yours, Namaste. Thank you so much for joining us today. I would love to connect with you in all of the ways. So please feel free to reach out. Otherwise, have a beautiful rest of your day.